And we are live. Hello, hello. Happy Wines Day. So we're not doing a Wine Wednesday happy hour if you haven't noticed, just because of the holidays and all of that. But I did want to come on here live and give you some sip tips for Thanksgiving so you can have an awesome sauce Thanksgiving and give you a little bit of like day drinking tips because we got to make sure that we're supporting our bodies and doing all of the good things and drinking all of the good wine. So as you tune in, say hey, tell me where you're tuning in from and what are you looking forward to sipping or eating tomorrow. All right. For those who might not know who I am, I'm Tiara, aka T the Wine Diva. I have been working in wine for over 5 years. I have drank a whole lot of wine, so I'm able to give you ideas on what to best pair with whatever you're eating, as well as give you some ideas on like what's going to best fit your palate. That's my job. That's what I'm here to do. So let's get down to it. All right. Leave me some love in the little chat box. I need to make sure I'm not if it's like showing up or not. I don't know. All right. So first things first, I want to talk to you about how do you start off Thanksgiving Day in a wine-derful way. Okay. For me, I love, regardless of like if it's a holiday or not, I love to start Monday with some bubbles. And honestly, I can just bubbles all day long and be super, super happy. So I recommend like from the beginning, starting the morning with, it pairs well with breakfast. It pairs well with brunch, getting yourself some sparkling wine, cava, or like champagne if you want to. Now, letting you know right now, champagne and sparkling wine are basically the same thing. It's just champagne's a little bit more expensive because it has to be made in the Champagne region of France to be considered actual champagne. But bubbles, regardless of what it is, prosecco's fine too. All amazing stuff. Cava from Spain, prosecco's from Italy, sparkling wine is pretty much anything and everything else, and champagne region of France. So start your day off with bubbly. I personally like to just like drink it all day. It gives you like that nice little effervescent feeling. It pairs great with so many different kinds of foods. It goes great with appetizers. It goes great with brunch. It goes great with breakfast. It goes great with orange juice. It goes great with a glass. It is just awesome. So just make sure that you have it properly chilled and you like refer to any of my other videos where I've opened a bottle of bubbles so that you do it right and don't end up in the face because nobody wants to go to the hospital when you're trying to have a good time, right? Next thing you can move on to is white wine. Depending on what your flavor like palette is, you can go sweeter, you can go drier. I like Gewürztraminer or Chenin Blanc. It's got a touch of sweetness, it's got some fruitiness, but you can still get something on the drier side. The higher the alcohol content, the higher the like dryness is going to be, or the more dry it is. So the lower the alcohol content, the sweeter it's going to be, and that's kind of how you can gauge that. If you don't have Gewürztraminer or Riesling or Chenin Blanc, I also recommend like a table white wine. So easy drinking, easy to pair. It's light, it's fresh on the palate, it's yummy, it's delicious. So that's something to just drink during the day while you're cooking. You keep it chilled, it keeps you chilled, it keeps you chill. You know what I mean? And getting everybody else out the kitchen, it pairs great with all of that and doing the work, right? And then once you're ready to eat, you're ready to sit down. If you're ready to move on to red wines, I have another white to recommend. So when you're ready to start eating, I love, if you want to stay in the white wine world of drinking, I recommend going with an oaky Chardonnay, meaning that it's got like that buttery note to it. It's got like the malolactic fermentation on it. So it's got creaminess to it. It tastes like butter. It goes great with mac and cheese. It goes great with mashed potatoes and gravy. It goes great with your turkey. It's also more of a robust white wine. Like, Gewürztraminer, Sauvignon Blanc, all that kind of stuff is kind of light on the palate. It's very light. And a lot of the foods that we eat during the holidays are comfort foods. It's like made to make you feel warm and fuzzy, and it's got some weight to it. So you need a wine that's going to match up to those like heavy dishes that you're going to have. So that's why I recommend, if you want to stick with whites, to go with a Chardonnay. Chardonnay. Anyways, as I'm talking, like if you know someone that would really enjoy this information, please like bring them in, invite them, mention them in the chat box. Send this out, share it, all of that good stuff. All right, so now we're moving to red wine for your Thanksgiving meal. Okay, so what I recommend for like anybody that wants red wine during Thanksgiving is Pinot Noir. Any like Kimmy Schmidt fans? So Pinot Noir, what I love about Pinot Noir is it's got a lightness to it. It's got some nice jammy flavors to it. It's not an overpowering red wine. It's very easy to pair with a lot of different things. So where like a lot of people are like, well, red wine has to go with red meat, like beef and steak and lamb and that kind of stuff. It does not really. Like a turkey does have some good flavor, especially if you've seasoned it properly, you roasted it, you fried it, whatever. Turkey's got a little bit of oomph to it, and Pinot Noir is just light enough that it's not going to overpower your turkey. So that's what I recommend in terms of a red wine. Now you can get something that's from the New World, like California, anywhere in the United States, and it's going to have more of a jammy, fruity flavor. Now, if you want that earthiness, then I recommend going like France, Burgundy style. So get that earthiness. Either way, they still are like a medium to light body wine and gonna go great with your Thanksgiving meal. Now, if you're not a Pinot Noir fan, I know a whole lot of people are not. I also would recommend like just a red blend, a simple red blend. It gives you like the best of the both worlds, right? It gives you the fruitiness, it gives you the structure, it gives you a little bit of sweetness, and it gives you some tannin to like pair with everything. So a table red, a nice red blend, easy peasy lemon squeezy, also a great option for your dinner. And then to tie everything up and to have like just a nice, lovely dessert, I love port. Especially if I'm not gonna have like the pie or cake or any of those things, if I just want to drink my dessert, port is where it's at. Now, if you're like, okay, but I want to have my wine and eat it too, you can also like drizzle some port on top of some ice cream. If you have no qualms with cooking wine in terms of like getting rid of the alcohol and like it doesn't have alcohol when you cook it, right? Well, at least depending on how long you cook it. But anyways, that's a whole nother conversation. You can actually reduce some of the port and get it a little bit thicker in the pan, and then you can have a nice little glaze to put on top of your ice cream. You can put it on top of your cake. You can like, we've even made a like a wine cake before, and that was like bomb. And then we mixed it in with the icing too. Hallelujah. Yes, so good. So much fun stuff. You can also do bubbles with your dessert as well. Gewürztraminer, anything. You kind of want your wine to be less sweet than what you're eating in terms of desserts. So just like to create a little bit of balance in your mouth, but you can also do a nice red wine like Cabernet Sauvignon if you're having something chocolatey. So let me know if you have any questions. Drop them below in the chat box. I will go back and I will answer them even throughout tomorrow. We're not going anywhere. It's just going to be Jay and I. I think we're going to be fighting over the kitchen. We're going to do a seafood boil. So it's going to be a bubbles kind of day. Seafood, butter. I don't know what else he's going to make. I think his family makes this thing called monkey bread that is delicious. He's acting like he ain't gonna make it, but we're gonna see about all of that. All right, thank you so much. Let me know if you have any questions. If you want to get any of our wines, you can go to winedivatiara.com. We have Black Friday deals until the 1st of December, so come check it out and have an awesome sauce Thanksgiving. Mwah. Cheers.